All right, here in the locker room now with Coach Josh Niblett, Hoover High School. Coach, first of all, congratulations making it back to the state championship game.
Thank you, man. What a blessing. I just thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for having the opportunity to be able to do what we get to do every day.
It's a great experience, I know, for you guys to work with young men, and with Hoover and the reputation you guys have of just an amazing stat of making it here year after year after year after year is just in the highest classification here in the state of Alabama is just phenomenal. I know you guys have been close the last couple of years, haven't been able to finish, Coach. I know that is something that you guys want to do here tonight.
Well, we do, but at the same time, last year has nothing to do with this year.
Sure.
2 years ago has nothing to do with tonight. So, our biggest thing is we just got to stay focused on our task at hand. I think that's what our kids have been able to do all year, is stay locked into what we're trying to do week in and week out.
Talk about this year. Again, it's been a year of defense for you guys, been playing tremendous defense, but you got some spectacular players on offense as well. Coach, talk about this year as a whole and what it's been like, and then talk about some of your young men that have contributed and helped you guys get to this point.
Well, from an offensive perspective, of course we go as kind of short goes, but I think the guy that kind of emerged was, Kalen Campbell, our tailback. I think he's rushed for 1,200 yards this year. Our offensive line was the question mark coming in because we lost 4 out of 5 guys, and those guys have really been able to, gel together. We were a little bit, nervous about us on the edge, on the perimeter at receiver. Michael Powers was a guy that was back, and Sterling Thompson got some time last year. But Hagan Scott has stepped up. Of course, Powers has had a great year. Sterling's made some big plays, and then we've got a sophomore, Alex Elam, that's made some big plays. But I think Connor's been very steady. But I think for the most part, what we've been able to do from that perspective on offense has given us a chance to, score some points. And then defensively, it starts. Our question mark was up front. We're not very big, but we're active. You got Devon Earl and Marlon Humphrey in the back end. But, you also got, Josh Campbell and Chris Fort, and those guys are great players. Landry Tulo and Coskery, are guys that have been playing well at linebacker, and Doss Harmon and Cam Hardy. This is probably the first year we've had to play as many sophomores we've played. I think we start somewhere between 4 and 6 sophomores. And that's almost been unheard of at Hoover in the past. So I've been proud of our kids, been proud of what they've been able to do. We've been through a lot this year. We've had to make some adjustments in some areas, but our kids and our coaches have done a really good job adapting to what we've what we've had to do and understanding the plan and executing it.
Coach, every year, as you said, last year, the year before, doesn't have anything to do with what you guys are doing this year now and building to that. How do you instill that in your kids? Because I know at Hoover, the winning tradition is what you guys have always had. It's what you've done since you've been at Hoover. It's every game. I know you preach is a different game, but how do you keep that motivation up? How do you keep that level of intensity?
I just think week in and week out, we set our focus on what needs to be done. I think last week when we were playing Clay Chalkville, I think it was an opportunity for us to realize that if we want to finish the deal and if we want to climb that mountain of greatness and get to the top, then we've got to win this football game. And I think day in and day out, we try to concentrate as hard as it is to improve every day. A lot of people think that's coach speak, but for us, we really talk about that. We talk about trying to do things better than the other team does. I mean, whether it's brushing our teeth, taking the trash out, no matter what. But you got to talk about it all the time. You can't just talk about, what you're doing on the field to be great. You got to talk about what you're doing in life, what you're doing off the field. And I think that's something that's really separated our group this year. But, instilling in them, they know what's in front of them. They know what's happened the last couple of years. We don't have to talk about that. We just got to keep our focus. But they know where they want to be when it's all said and done. So as long as they understand where we want to be, then we've got an opportunity to get there.
I talk to a lot of coaches, and when teams have opportunity to be in a championship game, Coach, or they're defending a state championship, they have a target on their back. Well, when Hoover comes on the field, you guys always have a target on your back. Everybody's aiming for you. So many times the media have tried to build up games in the Birmingham areas. This is the game of the century. This is the biggest game in Birmingham history, whether it be whatever opponent, and we won't name opponents, but it just seems like every time you guys answer the challenge, and it's always you guys coming out on top, and just tremendous what you guys do at Hoover High School.
Well, I think the biggest thing is at Hoover, you're expected to win championships. At other places, maybe people want to get there.
Yeah.
Maybe people want to win one, but at Hoover, you're expected. And, I like that. I want to be somewhere where we have a passion and an energy to win championships. But at the same time, I think you got to also keep a perspective when it's all said and done, and you reevaluate what you're doing to be proud of the kids and what they're able to do. Because at Hoover, it starts in January.
Sure.
It doesn't start in August, and it's a year-round deal. And but I think the biggest thing for us when you're talking about from the perspective of winning championships, for us, that's what we're about. When we're in the classroom, when we're in the weight room, we're in the meeting room, just be great. Do things better than they've ever been done before. Don't do things good. Don't do things better than everybody else. Just do things better than they've ever been done before. And in the end, you can reevaluate, see where you're at, and hopefully you got a shot to win a championship.
Tonight, Coach, again, another chance to put another state championship at Hoover High School. You got a team that you played just about 4 or 5 weeks ago in Opelika, and just talk about that rematch and what it's like to take on a team that's just right down the road from here. I know it's going to be special for them, for their community to move down, but nobody travels as well as you guys do. This place will be packed when you guys run out on the field here in just a few minutes and see all that orange and black out there for you guys. But just talk about this game and this rematch here.
Well, the first game's going to have nothing to do with this game. People are going to play that up all they want to. I think they were missing some players. We were missing some players. So, it was one of those kind of deals to where you played the last game of the year. And I think it was a great opportunity for both teams to get in, to the point of where we're going into the playoffs. But it's going to be a great atmosphere. Like I said, I know it's special for their community, and being that the game's here in Auburn, and their people got to travel 15 minutes. We'll bring a great crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Our kids, our people will be pumped about that, and not only will our players be ready to play, but our fans will be ready to cheer. Our community will be ready to support, and that's what it'll be about. But I think it'll be great for high school football. But I know it's special for them. But we're just looking forward to the challenge, looking forward to the opportunity. The big thing about it is a little familiarity as far as we know kind of what they like to do.
Sure.
And they know kind of what we like to do. So, it's kind of like the first time you've seen each other. But at the same time, I'm sure there'll be some adjustments made.
Coach, congratulations on making it here. Good luck to you guys tonight.
Thank you, man. God bless you, brother.
Thanks, Coach. You too.